A lot of you have been leaving comments asking what the major differences are between the Halo collar and the PetSafe Guardian Plus tracking collar and how they compare. I get it. We all want to know which collar is going to give you the most peace of mind as your off-leash pupster has all the fun in the world. We got our hands on both the Halo Collar 3 as well as the PetSafe Guardian GPS Plus tracking collar, which, by the way, is not to be confused with the original Guardian because that one doesn't offer tracking. So, does the new and improved Guardian with tracking edge out the Halo? Or does the Halo have more of a ring to it? Let's dive in. Before we go any further though, let me hit you with some good news. I've left some links in the video description, which, while helping keep our content up and running, gives you exclusive discounts on both products. So whichever one you prefer, you can save some money. So both of these collars say that they're the most accurate in GPS fencing. And to be sure, there's lots of techie details that set them apart from each other. But rather than get bogged down in the weeds with, say, the satellite networks they run on, I'm just going to focus on the big basics and what dog owners get out of each one. And I'm going to start with the most basic comparison of all, the price. The Halo collar clocks in at $599 as I'm recording, with the required membership starting at $9.99 a month. But you can unlock features across 3 tiers, capping out at about $20 a month. I think the introductory bronze package is good enough for most dog owners, and if you buy additional collars, the membership price goes down. The PetSafe Guardian Plus tracking collar has roughly the same monthly membership price, but is currently running for $100 less at about $500. You also get your first month's membership for free. And what do both of those membership fees cover? Well, it's to maintain GPS services and cellular data, as well as creating, editing, and using the wireless dog fences. So depending on how you feel about pricing, the PetSafe Guardian with tracking is looking pretty good. Now on to setting up the collars. On their website, PetSafe says it takes 1 to 2 hours for setup. In our actual experience, it was definitely closer to 2. It took a lot of minor troubleshooting, turning the collar on and off, restarting the app, redoing steps, those types of things. But we got there in the end. Contrast this with the Halo Collar 3, where the setup experience is relatively straightforward. The app does present you with a heck of a lot of information, but they walk you through the process in a step-by-step way so you can be up and running pretty quickly. Creating fences for the PetSafe Guardian with tracking was a little vexing. Every time we changed a setting, like when loading a fence to the collar or changing the correction settings, we'd have to do some minor troubleshooting. That meant turning the collar off and on, restarting the app, and reconnecting over Bluetooth.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more connectivity issues than I'm used to, especially like needing to reboot and reconnect the collar after changing the static correction settings or uploading a new fence. You know, maybe that happens sometimes with the other collars, but it's definitely not an every time thing.
We were able to make a fence, but the big thing my testers noticed here is that you only have the option to draw in a fence manually by tapping on a map in the app. You can't set the boundaries by walking with the collar. By comparison, the Halo lets you walk the boundary, although you need to drop posts manually and you're capped at 20 fence posts. So while you can get a fence that's reasonably well tailored to your needs, you're a bit restricted on the detail level. We then did some field testing to see what product actually works the best. As always, my testers actually wore the new Guardian with tracking to test it in action. It was a little hard to judge the accuracy of the boundary because we're drawing it in rather than walking. There's some boundary drift, but of course, you'll experience this with even the best GPS fence technologies. The other thing we observed in testing was that the boundary feedback just consists of an alert prior to advancing to correction. As for the Halo, most of the time my team got the boundary feedback before it switched to emergency feedback. Sometimes we got the warning feedback first too, but it was really inconsistent. We may get a warning and come to a full stop, and then it'd still progress to boundary feedback.
There's the warning right there. Oh God.
Ideally, we'd like it to flow from warning to boundary and then to emergency predictably. Also, while Halo claims you can make fences that are quite small, we found inconsistent performance with fences around the 250 square foot mark. There are a couple of other considerations too that I want to just quickly mention. The Guardian with tracking has a hand up with a battery life. It lasts up to 48 hours. The Halo has had some great durability improvements. The new charging point's been revamped and sealed tight against water and debris, which is definitely an upgrade. So to sum it up, the Halo collar has definitely been easier to use in our experience. And while we'd like to see some improved accuracy and reliability with the Halo, we feel pretty comfortable recommending it. The PetSafe Guardian with tracking is cheaper, so you could definitely save a few bucks in the short term. It is a fairly new product and they're continuing to develop it. I'm excited to see what the PetSafe Guardian Plus tracking can do as time goes on. Don't forget to click the links in the video description to get a discount on your pup's GPS fence collar. I will leave some helpful tips playing for you. And until next time, dog lovers, keep those tails wagging.